right, YouTube, we are at the range, and we're gonna be working on the basics. All right, so I think I said in my past video that I haven't been active much this year on the range as I want it to be, and I want that to change going into next season. Right, so everything that I'm doing now is in preparation for next season, next year. Right, so we're at the range today, and the main thing is going to be my mantra for the foreseeable future, maybe the next like 3 to 4 months, is going to be strictly grip, sights, and trigger. And what that means is I want to be really working on those main 3 fundamental aspects: the grip, the sights, and the trigger. And so my dry fire and my live fires are going to be showing that. And speaking of, I wanted to maybe soft launch this as a new series that I want to make, at least about every other week, every 2 weeks, something around that ballpark. Probably just name it, have you live fire this week, something around those parts. I want to get out here every week or every other week at bare minimum and put some rounds downrange. And I know everyone isn't in a situation to be able to, live fire as much or live fire high round counts. I'm one of those people. I mainly only come out here and I mainly shoot about 200 to 300 rounds. If it's a good session, 300 rounds. But I'm hovering around that like 230, 250 mark when I come out here and get some live fire in. And in my opinion, I think that's all, the average like USPSA shooter really needs, unless you're going trying to be like national champion, then you might want to ramp it up some. But I feel like for where I am and where I want to be, I feel like I can get a decent way ahead in my journey by just getting out and being consistent in my training. I dry fire at least 5 to 6 days a week, right? But I need to get out here and verify those things. And today I have a simple drill set up. I'll show you guys once I get everything on the belt. All right, guys, you see the target? It's over there. And I have sticks coming out. So I think you can't see the stick behind me and over here, but I do have my sticks out indicating my my 5-yard increments. And so we're gonna start at this front stick here. 5 shots, doesn't matter how fast or slow you shoot them. Come out to the 10, shoot another 5, 15, all the way out to 25 yards over here. Once you get to 20, you might have to perform a reload. Either way, you have a new mat going in. 5 shots, no matter how fast or slow, on the way out. On the way in, you're gonna shoot your 5 at a reactive pace. So get your sight picture. As soon as you go pull the trigger, bang, and you see your dot come back down to your point of aim, you send another one. That's how I understood it as it was explained to me, and that's how I'm explaining it to you guys. That's how it should be going back in. Then you should go back in. You should be able to call your shots while doing this too as well. All alphas hovering around that black paster. Really working that grip, sights, and trigger mantra that I want to have. Yep, 1 Charlie. All the way out to 25, but we do have a 1 Charlie low down here. I might have been driving the gun low. I didn't. It could be a grip issue because since it's a low left. But majority of the shots were here. This is at 25 yards. Try to clean that up on the next go around. So now we're gonna just work our way back in. for full transparency, it was only one Charlie, right? So on my way back in, I'm not gonna lie to you, dude, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Charlies now. So, and 2 Deltas. So I threw, that was terrible, honestly. That was terrible. I feel like I was just rushing the site's pace on the way back in. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna assess. I even show you the target just for full transparency, you know. I'm throwing them like all the way low left. That's a grip issue for sure. So we're gonna figure that out today. We're gonna go swap mags and then paste up everything that's not an alpha and run it back again. All right, so I'm only seeing 2 Charlies, and that's great because when I started this drill, I had like 8 Charlie and 2 Delta. I was going hella low left. Then the second iteration of corrections I did, I got 6 Charlies, no Deltas. And now this run around, only got 2 Charlies, the rest were Alphas. And I was going from 25, 20, and 15. So I'm very happy with that because that 25-yard was kicking my ass. But I will say that the corrections I made were to my grip. Vision stayed the same. The level of visual patience stayed the exact same. I just loosened up my firing hand tension and squeezed a little harder with the support hand, and that kind of got to where I wanted it to be. All right, that is it for today's training session. Did you get out and live fire this week? I'm gonna name the series something along that line. Get out here and train. Get out here and work your deficiencies. You know, dry fire works. Trust me, I dry fire about 5 to 6 times a week, 5 to 6 days out the week, like I said earlier in the video. But you got to get out here and verify these things in live fire so we don't go to a match with a bunch of bad habits. Just like I said earlier today, I learned that my grip, although it's good in dry fire, it translated very poorly in live fire. So I'm now take what I learned in live fire back to dry fire and try to build some positive habits. Come out here and retest that again, probably next weekend, the weekend after. Come out here and retest it again, and then yeah. So catch on to the next video, man. Get outside, go train, dry fire. You know, put the work in, man. You can't say you want to be better and don't do nothing to be better. All right, catch y'all in the next one, man. Peace.